Any type of development that you've been going through or still currently going through, whether it's personal development or professional development, one thing we need to be able to do is to reflect. And that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. I'm going through 3 different principles on why we need to reflect on our journey thus far this year so that we can catapult ourselves into higher levels next year. Hey, I want to welcome and thank you for coming to this video on reflecting on your journey. Now, in the month we're in right now, the month of October, in the season of harvest, which is what a lot of people call the 4th quarter, what we're looking at is reflecting on our journey while we are harvesting all these beautiful crops, this bountiful harvest that we have, all these good things that we have in our life. You're probably already thinking, what am I talking about? What I'm talking about is the harvest, your harvest right now that we're going to be going through is the goals that you planted in the beginning of the year, the seeds that you planted in that dirt in the beginning of the year that we have worked with and through this whole year. Now they're coming to bloom, they're coming to harvest. Everything is blossomed, and now we're going to reap our rewards, which is the overall guiding influence of October, is reaping what you have sown. So this week, we're looking at reflecting on the journey, reflecting on what happened in the beginning of this year, in the season of growth, and going all the way through to the season of harvest, which we're in right now, and understanding all of the challenges that we've gone through. So the first idea that we want to talk about is acknowledging the hard work and the dedication that you have shown this year. We're acknowledging all that you have done. I know we're not done with this year. We still have a couple months to go. But in this season of harvest, this is in life where everything kind of comes to a slow. Everything slows down. We get to do more family gatherings, more friendly gatherings. We do more stuff socially that we don't do normally throughout the year. So this is why we're harvesting now. This is why we're looking at this now, so that we can revel in it, we can reap our rewards, and then we can really celebrate. And that's going to be something I'm going to talk about in later weeks to come, is the celebration part. But right now we are acknowledging the hard work and your dedication, all the ups and downs you've gone through this year. So whatever goals you planted in the beginning of the year, we're going to look at each one and look how you progressed throughout the year. It's not always, the progression isn't always a straight line up into increasing your goal. It's always an up and down, almost like EKG of your heart. It's always an up and down. You have some highs, you have some lows. We want to be able to reflect on all of those. Acknowledge the highs, be appreciative of the highs, of the wins that you've had, but let's really look at the lows as well. Let's not shy away from them. And the reason we don't want to shy away from the lows is because those are where we learn the most. Those are what show us and tell us that you might not have the skills or abilities or traits required to get where you are right now. But if you learn in this area, if you take some courses, some classes, some things like this, you'll grow, and the next time you set this goal or the next type of goal like this, you'll be able to crush it. So I've kind of gone through both of the first 2 principles, is acknowledging your hard work and dedication, acknowledge the highs and the lows. So the first 2 that we want to understand and go through. When we're looking at all of our goals that we've set, whether they're bigger goals or they're very mini goals that, maybe daily goals or weekly, monthly, however you've set this up, we want to look at each one of them and understand how you've progressed through the year and how you've grown through the year, not just in your goals, not just what you accomplished, but you yourself. How have you grown? Where have you grown? Has it been physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, socially? Where have you grown? Acknowledge that, appreciate that. And the reason we're doing this now is because next week we're going to be talking about gratitude, being grateful for all this stuff that we're going through, that we're reflecting on right now. And not only just being grateful for it, but to really feel it and embody that gratitude so that we can build off of that for the next year. So right now, we're going to pump the brakes and we're just going to reflect on our journey. So sit in silence if you have time to do that, usually at the end of the night for a lot of us who are very busy. But sit in silence for a couple minutes and have those thoughts in your head. What did I do this year? Or if you already know your goals and what you've accomplished, think about those while you're sitting there in silence. The silence that we're sitting in is going to help us to take away all the information, all the data that we've been accumulating, not only just today, but the previous days, weeks, and months of the year. We need to sift through all that, throw it away, get rid of it, because we're focusing on reflecting on our journey. We're focusing on the goals we've accomplished, the goals that we fell short on, and how we've been throughout the year. And then lastly, the third principle that I want to get with you on is see who's around you. I want you to look around and see who's with you, who's left you, who's come on board, and who's around you. So take inventory, take stock of all of this that has happened throughout the year, because I'm sure you've started with some people in your corner at the beginning of the year that aren't with you now. And I'm sure you have people now that weren't with you at the beginning of the year. That's the beauty of personal development. We shed some baggage that is weighing us down. And while we start to progress more and more into who we are, into our greatness, we start to attract different things and different people into our lives that will benefit us, that will help us move forward, that will give us what we need in the time. So you might not have them in the beginning, you might have them now, but they might leave next year. We don't know. All we know is what our goals are, what your goals are. All we know that, and where you want to head. When you keep going down that road, you'll attract people to you. There will be some that stay the whole way through. There'll be some people that come and go. There's some that will leave forever. There are some that keep hitting you every so often, every couple weeks, months, years. They'll come back into your life. Reflect on that. Reflect on who left, who's with you now, what they're doing for you. Because later on in the next couple weeks, what we're going to be talking about is bringing them to the table. Again, I'll talk about that more in a couple weeks here. But right now, we're reflecting on our journey. We're acknowledging all the hard work and all the dedication that we have gone through this year to get us to where we are now. We're acknowledging not only our successes, but more importantly, our failures. Because within the silver lining, those are the things that help us grow into who we are. They showed us where we were lacking, where we were wanting, so that we can increase that into our lives or bring somebody else into our life to do that for us. And lastly, we are looking at who's around us. Who did we bring into this year with us? Who left? Who's staying? Reflect on this. Sit in silence, meditate on this for a little bit so that you have that in your life, so that next week when we talk about gratitude and really experiencing that and feeling that, you'll have some very concrete evidence to be able to sit there and really enjoy what you have done this year, instead of just knocking through the task and saying, okay, done, cool, see you later, but actually enjoy and love the process so that you keep going next year. You plant those seeds properly, we work on it properly, and at the end of next year, we harvest a beautiful, bountiful harvest that we can share with everyone. I want to thank you so much for joining me on this video today on reflecting on your journey. I hope I have given you some value and some good information to help you kind of level up your being, level up your greatness, so that you can be the best you can be each and every day. So if I could ask you to do 3 things for me real quick, it's very simple. First, if you could comment below on some of the things that you're reflecting on within your journey. I'd love to be able to have you share that with me and with the world, so that we can acknowledge that with you and just be grateful for you and what you've done this far, and help kind of cheer you on, be a little cheering section for you. The second thing, what you could do for me is, please, I would really love this, is if you subscribe to this channel, the Change Operative channel, so this type of information can get out there into the world, and you and I together can help create a better world, one where we are happy and joyful and want to wake up each and every day doing our best. And the third and final, is head to the website, thechangeoperative.com, sign up for the Red membership. Now, the reason I ask you to do this is because it is chock full of transformational videos each and every day of the week throughout the whole year. I call it the year-long plan. It's within the Red membership. Each and every day I talk about something like personal development, trauma, lifestyle design, setting goals and plans, and so much more. So head to the website, thechangeoperative.com, sign up for the Red membership. It's only $5 a month. It's less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks each day. It's $5 a month. So go ahead and sign up for that. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. I will see you next week.